In a bustling metropolis, everyone wore a mask. The city pulsed with energy. The noise was a symphony of progress. Faces flashed by, each hiding a story. Every face told a unique story. Smiles, frowns, thoughtful gazes. The protagonist paused, touching their mask. They felt something unfamiliar. It was a mask, concealing their true self. Their true self was waiting to be discovered. The protagonist stopped. They watched others rush by. Was everyone hiding? Were they all waiting to reveal their true faces? Their thoughts were a challenge. They longed to show their true self, but courage was needed. What would people think? Would they be embraced without the mask? The protagonist inhaled deeply. They needed to find a quieter place. They turned and walked away. Each step away brought them closer to their true self. The noise and chaos faded. Silence brought hope. The journey within had begun. Stay with us till the end and discover the rewarding experience that awaits. The protagonist entered a high-tech room. Holographic screens lined the walls, reflecting endless images of themselves. Each reflection was different, showcasing a kaleidoscope of emotions. One screen showed a joyful, carefree version of themselves. Another revealed a face etched with anxiety and worry. Anger flared in one reflection, while sadness shadowed another. Overwhelmed, the protagonist stumbled back. They had never confronted the full spectrum of their emotions before. Each reflection was a part of them, a piece of their inner puzzle. They saw their capacity for love and joy, but also their vulnerability and fear. The room of holographic screens was a place of serene self-reflection, a space to acknowledge and embrace every facet of their being. As they moved deeper into the room, the reflections began to blur. The sharp lines between different emotions softened. The protagonist realized that their identity wasn't defined by a single emotion or experience. It was a tapestry woven from a multitude of threads, each one contributing to the beauty and complexity of their being. With this realization came a sense of serene relief. They didn't have to be perfect or present a singular version of themselves to the world. They were allowed to be a complex, ever-evolving being, capable of experiencing the full spectrum of human emotions. The Hall of Mirrors faded behind them, replaced by a vast, desolate desert. The sun beat down relentlessly, reflecting off the endless expanse of sand. The protagonist felt a pang of loneliness, a sense of being utterly lost in this expanse. Forgotten memories, buried deep within, surfaced like holographic mirages on the horizon. Moments of joy and laughter flickered alongside regrets and past mistakes. They saw themselves as a child, filled with wonder and innocence. They saw the people they had loved and lost, their faces etched with both joy and pain. Each memory, whether joyful or painful, was a part of their journey, a stepping stone on the path to self-discovery. The desert, though harsh and unforgiving, offered a space for reflection and acceptance. The protagonist walked for what felt like days, the silence of the desert broken only by the sound of their own footsteps. They came to realize that their past mistakes didn't define them. They were opportunities for growth, lessons learned along the way. The desert, once a symbol of emptiness and regret, began to feel like a place of healing. As they continued their journey, the protagonist noticed a change in the landscape. The sand, once scorching hot, began to cool beneath their feet. A gentle breeze whispered through the air, carrying with it the scent of distant rain. The desert, though still vast and unknown, no longer felt threatening. The barren landscape gradually gave way to a dense forest. A holographic fog hung in the air, obscuring the path ahead. The narrator felt a surge of apprehension. The forest was alive with sounds, the rustling of leaves, the electronic chirping of virtual insects, the distant calls of unseen robotic creatures. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they noticed something strange. Emotions took on a life of their own, glowing embers for anger, soft holographic petals for joy, thorns for pain. At first, the narrator hesitated. They were afraid to confront these raw, untamed emotions. But as they moved through the forest, they realized that each emotion, whether positive or negative, was a part of their inner landscape. They touched a glowing ember, feeling the heat of their anger without letting it consume them. They brushed against soft petals, reveling in the joy they represented. the narrator learned to navigate the forest of their emotions with a newfound awareness. They understood that emotions, like the weather, were constantly changing. There was no need to suppress or deny them. Instead, they could observe them, acknowledge them, and allow them to pass through them without judgment. With each step, the holographic fog began to lift. The path ahead became clearer. The forest, once a place of fear and uncertainty, transformed into a sanctuary of self-acceptance. Emerging from the forest, the narrator found themselves at the entrance of a towering holographic maze. The walls were made of light, displaying words and symbols in midair. As they drew closer, they realized that the words represented their deeply held beliefs and self-limiting thoughts. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. I'm not worthy of love. These beliefs, once whispered in the shadows of their mind, now stood before them, solid and imposing. The narrator felt a surge of frustration. These limiting beliefs had held them back for far too long. They were determined to break free. They began to navigate the maze, searching for a way out. Along the way, they found keys or tools that represented self-compassion, positive affirmations, and the power of belief in oneself. With each key they collected, a wall dissolved, revealing a new path forward. They replaced negative self-talk with words of encouragement and affirmation. They began to challenge their limiting beliefs, replacing them with empowering truths. The maze, once a symbol of confinement, became a testament to their resilience and their capacity for growth. As they neared the center of the maze, the walls grew shorter, the light brighter. They could see the exit, a beacon of hope in the distance. They had faced their limiting beliefs head-on and emerged stronger, more determined than ever to live a life true to themselves. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you for watching.